This is a very disturbing thing to continuously hear. We don't have the added resources or the ability to bring on more people right now, specifically for this one issue. We need to do this. We need to work through the system that's there, and seeing that Commissioner Gershenson is back up, I'm guessing that you have something that you would like to weigh in on here.
Well, Commissioner Dwyer chairs the Public Service Committee, and he is completely sympathetic and up to date on this situation. He and I toured this facility, and I actually started to cry. It is such a horrifying situation. Unfortunately, it's very political, but it's because of women like this, like Pam, that we now have a new animal control building, because our building was so woefully inadequate. This is a very frustrating problem. They're going back to talk to Commissioner Dwyer tomorrow, but actually your support in doing something as a council would be very helpful, to send that to the Public Service Committee.
Our support in what way?
In investigating or looking into or acknowledging these complaints.
So a letter from us back through Commissioner Dwyer to the commission, saying that we would like
have some disturbing information.
Some enhanced ability to do that. I think we certainly would want to do that. And by the way, it isn't that we have done, the city has done nothing.
Oh, I know.
Our zoning laws are what closed down, went from 57 to 27 because we were able to get rid of the interior applications. So your work is not fraught with, or not being done in vain. But I think we all would want to support that. I can't say that for every council member, but I would guess that I know all of us. I know you all well enough to know that you'd be supportive in helping to do that. Ms. Steckloff, and then we'll come back to you, Mr. Bridges.
Just going back to the question about what control the city possibly has, what is the line, for example, we see a dog in a car, hot car for a couple of hours, call the police, are they able to rescue the dog, or is that breaking and entering?
I believe that
Well, you can go ahead, but I was just going to say there's a new bill was just entered on this just recently that basically if a dog is in the car and it's a 90-degree day, yes, if the window is broken to save the dog, you can't be held responsible. Okay. You can't be charged with a crime. But it was a bill that was just introduced, but you could go ahead and continue to speak on that.
I'll just feed off of that. And a bill such as that would be very helpful in such a situation because, as I say many times, it's a case-by-case determination and a judgment call. And if there is legislation in place that makes it very clear that it can happen.
It's not legislation yet. It's just a bill.
Right. If it becomes law.
I want to be clear on that as well.
If it becomes law, it will help to provide some clarity in that regard to officers and animal control officers, police officers, and the like. So. But even without the bill, there may still be the ability to rescue that animal from the vehicle without concern in that regard. It would probably depend upon the circumstances, though.
Mr. Bridges?
Yes, Mr. Gershenson, just a quick comment for you, if you could. You said it would be helpful if the city would have a much more closer contact with the county on this issue, meaning a city representative should contact the county either in person or through a phone call or through written communication, that this is an existing issue that the county has, I'm not saying they haven't done their job, but the point is that this would help bring some heightened awareness, attention to the issue.
Absolutely.
And I know Mrs. Zimmerman has been here for several occasions about this issue for several months, and I'm dismayed by the fact that there hasn't been no action on this issue.
Right, are we.
Well, there has been action, so
there hasn't been enforcement at all.
Actually, we went from 57 to 27, if you didn't hear. To have enforcement.
Yes, thank you after we came here, the judge put it on his docket again and it was enforced, so we appreciate that. Now we need follow-up because we feel that she probably is keeping them in the basement because we saw pictures on advertisements, there's animals in the basement.
And it'll go to Dr. Bruce and then down to Dr. Rich, and I will tell you, I personally talked to Commissioner Dwyer on this issue and all.
Okay,
I will commit to calling him even tomorrow
Great. We appreciate the correspondence to the Public Services Committee and possibly Mark Newman, who's the Director of Public Services. And we also, as I said earlier, that we need cooperation between the agencies. So Detective Double's aware of inspections, so he's included. We also recommended a study session, maybe Dr. Bruce could facilitate with his expertise in mental issues. So that would be another idea that we could bring resources as a representative of the Humane Society of the United States. I can get experts to help assist in some ideas for your jurisdictional area.
Thank you.
Okay.
Dr. Bruce.
Two things. First off, in regard to Councilmember Steckloff's question, if I see a dog locked in a hot car, I'm going to break the window and I'll invite the owner to sue me later on. So that's not a problem.
Right.
I'm very much in support of sending a letter or a resolution or something to let Commissioner Dwyer or whomever know that this is something that we would definitely like them to look into, take more action on, monitor the situation more closely, because it's something that's been ongoing a long time. We have made some progress, which I'm very happy about, and I think the city has done everything they can in regard to that. It's again one of those difficulties between between a county function and this kennel, obviously located in our city, and as was stated earlier, the politics of that, which unfortunately these poor animals are kind of caught in between. So I have no doubt that if we do something and the city continues to bring some focus onto this with the county, that we'll be able to make even more progress. But it's going to be a constant effort, I think.
Dr. Rich.
Thank you. Ms. Sordell or perhaps Attorney Jopik may be the one to address this. Do we know what other cities do that may be different than the approaches we've already taken?
Well, there are a lot of cities obviously out there. I can't imagine what some of them might do. But the ones I'm aware of, most of them look to have county animal control, whether it be in Macomb County or Oakland County or Wayne County. I know at least Macomb County and Oakland County have very active animal control departments, divisions, and whatnot with appointed officers that many, if not most of the communities rely upon. Do all of the communities solely rely upon that? I don't know the answer to that.
I think I can address that because I completed a study of the cruelty cases in Oakland County for the last 3 years. And hoarding cases. Animal control did not lead any of them. It was the local the police that led the investigation with zoning most of the cases where they condemned the house and they removed the animals. But prosecution is essential because they just moved to another city and they're burning the rescues. There needs to be restitution to cover the cost of the animals, and there needs to be prosecution, so there's probation to restrict the animals. In none of those cases, Oakland County did not lead it. It was the local communities that asked animal control to come out and remove the animals. They didn't lead any investigation.
If I may clarify, that is precisely what I'm indicating. While an investigation may have been performed by police or local police officers, the case is prosecuted at the county level because there's state laws that are involved. And that's what I'm indicating here. So.
Mayor Protem. Mr.
There was a comment made about the county being aware of the concern from Farmington Hills. I assure you they are aware of the concerns from our staff level. They know that what's going on. Every time there's a violation or they do an inspection, we are doing follow-up with them. We are putting pressure on them. So please, nobody think that there is no communication between the city and the county. There is.
So, we've belabored this. I think you get the idea that we're all...
Yes.
We understand the difficulties.
Yes.
And you can appreciate our position, so we are trying to do what we can. Mayor Pro Tem Noel has one more comment, and then we're going to...
I just have a final comment. I just want to give you the bill number because everyone seemed very interested. It's SB 566. It's sponsored by Senator Nolenberg. Basically, it's immunity from liability for damages of forcible entry into a motor vehicle for purpose of rescuing a minor or animal from the vehicle. And just so you know, it's up in the House Judiciary Committee tomorrow at noon for a hearing.
Great. Karen did prepare some information. If you wouldn't mind listening to a little bit more about Karen is a kennel worker that worked in the kennel. And
Actually, we've spent more than 5 minutes
Okay,
on
that's
this.
fine.
And I think you
I agree.
collectively have heard that we are all concerned. And so I think we're going to go ahead and move forward.
I understand. That's great.
Thank you.